Facade of evil is where we left off in this chapter. The pleasant facade of evil, and we covered well-mannered Amalek, but what about don't be afraid? As he grows nearer to the castle where he suspects the princess is being held, doubts begin to arise in the viceroy's mind as to whether he will be successful. Although he's already come so far and overcome so much, it is here that the Yetzer Hara begins his attack in earnest. Must be coming up on 30 days clean. There's no point in attempting to explore this castle, he says. The soldiers won't even let you in. Better not to waste your time trying. It's entirely futile. You ever had that feeling, even if it's been 60 days, 60 years? It's futile. How many of us have experienced this voice on previous journeys to the lost princess of our lives? How many times in the past have we turned around just when we might have reached our goal because a little voice in our head has convinced us that we are destined to fall? Hey, it's one day at a time. Can we just do, please, one day? And so that's what we're asking here. We're asking just to get through one more day. Luckily, the viceroy isn't shaken by the inner attack, and that's our own viceroy. He remembers Rabbi Nachman's iconic proclamation that the whole world is a very narrow bridge and the main thing is not to fear at all. If I make an attempt, he thinks to himself, if I just show up at a meeting or call someone, even if they're not there, there is a chance that I will fail. However, if I surrender before even attempting, I'm submitting to certain failure. Let me go and try. Let me try to go to a meeting. Let me try to call one. Let me try to stay sober for the next 15 minutes. Here too, Rabbi Nachman uses the words V'chaya miyashev atzmo, a reference to Hisbodedus. Talking through our difficulties in the loving presence of the Master of the world enables us to attain true Yeshuv Hada'as. Works at meetings also. We leave the session filled with emunah. The group conscience is a higher power, settled without anxiety, free of cumbersome calculations and overthinking, and open to any eventuality. The simplicity of the viceroy's approach to this apparent obstacle, I will go and try, is a direct result of his efforts to settle himself by means of his Hisbodedus. Utilizing the side path to again realign himself with his mission, he soon realizes that he has nothing to lose. Finally, he marches ahead. Though I walk in the valley of the shadow of death, I fear no evil, for you are with me. Tehillim, Psalms 23:4. Curiously, Rabbi Nachman relates that the soldiers didn't stop him at all. The viceroy meets with zero resistance. We shall recoil from the hot flame. Here the tzaddik is teaching us an important lesson. While the obstacles arranged along the path to spiritual success may appear to be impassable, it is all one giant optical illusion. In Likutei Moharan 46 we read, there once was a king who placed a great treasure in a certain place and enclosed the treasure within many illusory walls using various optical illusions. When people came to these walls, it seemed to them that the walls were real and thus difficult to breach. Some immediately turned back. Others broke through the first wall and reached the second one only to find that they could not breach it. A few broke through further walls but could not breach the rest. Finally, the prince arrived. He said, I know that all the walls are only an illusion and that in reality there isn't any wall at all. He proceeded confidently until he had passed through them all. One who is wise will understand the parable as referring to all the obstacles, lures, and enticements which represent conceptual walls surrounding the treasure house of Yiras Shamayim. In reality, they are nothing. The main thing is a mighty and courageous heart, for then one has no obstacles, especially the physical kind, such as on account of money, those his wife, husband, children, father-in-law, mother-in-law, parents, set in his way, or anything similar. They're all completely nullified when one's heart is mighty and courageous to Hashem. Obstacles along the path to closeness with Hashem may seem menacing and impossible to overcome, but the tzaddik teaches that if we are committed to victory at all costs, we know what the end result, what NA says, jails, institutions, or death. If we are committed to victory at all costs, just for today, one day at a time. We can proceed confidently with the knowledge that the barriers will fall away on their own. We recall from lust as if from a hot flame. Courage founded in the Emunah, fostered during Hespodadus, is the key that unlocks these optical illusions, revealing that there was never any danger to begin with. When we meet with a challenge on our journey, it is so important to forge ahead and give it our best shot instead of automatically assuming failure and heading back home. Rabbi Nachman taught it is forbidden to overthink. Go with simplicity, faith, and courage, and you will succeed beyond your wildest imagination.